Hello guys, back with another what if. This is called What If Reku, the character I made, basically, was in ReZero, reincarnate in the ReZero world, basically where Subaru was born until they got teleported. But I'm gonna explain Riku's role here. Riku will know once he gets summoned to that Subaru's like world right now. Not like into the ReZero world yet, but his world. Riku will know the events. So basically, this Riku will know events because he has future type ability, and he was literally raised on planet Yardrat. Even though he was human, he was trained by the planet Yardrat that had techniques like instant transmission and more abilities in the manga that Vegeta showed that were seen. Basically, you can grow bigger, smaller, or duplicate yourself, or beat somebody up, or literally beat them up just to take energy to get more energy. Basically, it's not a boost, but it's basically a good ability to have. So I was wondering, like, what if Riku had this ability and basically teach Subaru, but it might take Subaru a long time. So basically, they're gonna start young, but Subaru won't get it right away. Basically, he'll learn one ability at a time. So, matter of fact, let's get into the story. So, on a distant planet on planet Yardrat, Riku is just there, a grown man, tall, after being here for so long as a young age. Basically, getting used to the weights he's been having. So basically, Riku's power level, I'm gonna say, since he's with Planet Yardrat, bro, it's out of bro is basically strong. Like for a human level, he's basically strong. I'm gonna say his power level is at least 900 till it reach 1,000. That's when he steals, punches you or beats you up, and he can defuse people or defuse something. That's another ability that is hard to do. Because you have to be holding on to them just to unfuse them. So after Riku learned that last ability, he never actually uses it. Well, he saw this one character named Son Goku and basically taught him at least one technique. It's called the Kaioken, but Riku only stays at the lower levels. He doesn't really go high on it. So he goes to at least 1 or 2. That's all he really uses it for. So after Riku was at literally when Goku left, there was not a meteor but an energy ball coming to the planet, and all the Yardratians and plus Riku himself trying to stop it, but it was no avail. They literally perished. Riku's last words is, "I'm sorry, I couldn't protect you." And then one instant he blinked and he was somewhere else, but in a new body. But it's smaller. He said, "Wait, what the heck?" As a young child. And he looks around, seeing how am I young again? I was about to say Subaru. Riku is literally confused. How is he young again? But he remembers this. He remembered watching this somewhere. And then once he looks and sees a kid with black hair and hearing the name of Subaru Natsuki, Riku will recognize him immediately who he is. And then realize, wait a minute, am I in ReZero right now? I thought it was just an anime. But I guess different universes have different things or different dimensions. But if he's in ReZero, all the events he watched, he could probably help Subaru. Probably. He doesn't know his abilities will allow him to actually help him. If it does, Subaru might have to learn by scratch. So after nodding a little bit, and then actually testing his abilities himself, he will still have his abilities, Riku would, but the problem is he only has half of his abilities, so he has to learn most of the other half again. So he has at least instant transmission,
Basically, instant transmission, force spirit vision, that literally takes abilities, like literally takes, once you punch them, gets the energy. Or give it to somebody, or keep it yourself. And basically the Kaioken technique. But the other abilities he usually had is gone. So he said, probably gotta train on those again. But he's not dwelling on that. He go up to Subaru and talk to him. He said, hey, my name is Reku. What's your name? And Subaru will look at Riku like, nice to meet you. My name is Subaru Natsu. And Riku said, huh, cool then. Hey, do you want to be friends? Subaru would nod and basically being friends with this kid. So after a couple more years of being friends at the age of 8 years old, let's say that, Subaru will be feeling more shadow over his dad, and Riku would know how Subaru's life was. So he would come for Subaru and ask, does he want to come with him? And Subaru was like, wait, really? So you think I can surpass my dad? Yes, but Subaru, I'm gonna warn you, these abilities will only be necessary to be used if you need necessary. But training your body though, that's something different. So Subaru would not agree to her. So training as Subaru goes, training. He would tell Subaru to do at least 30 push-ups each day, 30 sit-ups each day, 40 squats each day, and 1 kilometer run every day. Subaru will do this until he gets muscle mass at the age of 12. And he will tell Subaru to do a meditative pose to actually find the source of his inner Kai or energy. So Subaru will be good to do that. At first, it didn't work for at least 3 or 4 tries. Until Subaru found it, but it was very weak. Riku would know he found it, and it is very weak. So he said, alright, you found your Kai. So let's begin training you how to use it. So teaching Riku at least Kai control. Basically, Subaru is like a little bit of a natural at it. But Subaru is not on level who actually mastered key control perfectly, even at a young age. So after learning all these abilities, the key control and flying, Subaru will ask Riku, does he have any other techniques? So Riku will actually teach a martial art technique that he will actually learn from Goku. So basically training Subaru in the hand of martial arts, Subaru asks, should I get practice the sword weight as well? Riku will look at him and say, you know what? Let's do that. I haven't really tried that. So Riku actually found something that he never actually learned as well. So Subaru and him are struggling as well. So training in the sword for at least 2 or 3 years, becoming expert swordsman in the art of the blade. It can be a long sword, it can be a katana. It doesn't really matter. But thinking about it, Riku can make energy swords. Until Subaru reaches level, he can do the same thing. Or put the key around this freaking practice sword. And it's a katana sword. It is actually lit. So basically, after Subaru is learning more key control and learning how to use it out of his body, and this is the age of 13, Riku is actually impressed Subaru actually learned this fast. So at least a couple more spars, Riku, I keep getting confused. Riku will actually teach Subaru the technique of one of the yard drives, instant transmission. Subaru will get excited to learn something new. So after explaining the hardcore, like not hard, but explaining how Subaru has to focus on his energy and his energy alone, Subaru will begin to do that while Riku hides. It will take at least a whole day for Subaru to actually instant transmission and behind Riku. Until Subaru perfect this one, he is not going to learn any other technique. So around age 14 or 15, Subaru will master at least the instant transmission. So Riku will be impressed and teach him another technique. He will actually teach Subaru the Force Sphere Vision last for the last technique. He wants to teach him the ability of the Kaioken. And Subaru was like, Kaioken, why does it sound familiar? And Reku thinks in his head, wait a minute. If I thought his stuff was a show in his head, shouldn't my show be in a book in this world too? And he looks in Subaru's thing, there is Dragon Ball manga version. He's like, oh my gosh. Yes, the Kaioken. So basically, he will teach Subaru at least a little bit about the technique, about blood pressure and all that, and how to keep it under control. So Subaru will learn at least the first one by the first day. The second one will be kind of hard. But he will get at least a little grasp on it. He can only use it for like at least 2 seconds. But Subaru will practice this technique every day. And Riku's thinking about it like he should probably get a little higher than Subaru in the Kaioken technique. So Reku will begin to train back to the Kaioken, mastering 2 of them already since he already did it. Going to Kaioken times 3 because he never really touches it. So at least in a half a day when they're like age 17, Reku would master the Kaioken times 3. While Subaru barely mastered Kaioken times 2, and Reku will explain the multipliers of the ability. So Subaru is going to master Kaioken times 3, at least there. And Reku just has Kaioken times 4, but he only can last 1 second. But Reku will actually get his other abilities back. He will have at least the... Hold on, what else did I do? I just barely forgot what I gave him. So the abilities is basically multiplying your character, like multiplying yourself, making yourself big or small, or basically just basically being Force Sphere Vision was the last technique. Kaioken was just put in there because of this technique. So after doing all that, perfecting all his abilities, Subaru will barely master Kaioken times 3. He will barely master it, but at least he can last at least 4 seconds. And Subaru will literally say, what's the next technique? At least I mastered it for 4 seconds. So Riku will begin to explain to the multiplayer technique. And it's very hard because for Riku's first try, he can barely do it once. So Subaru will begin to follow in that footsteps like he only could do one. So after learning a little bit more, he was able to do at least 3. He didn't master it fully, but 3. At the age of 18 or 19, Subaru and Reku will actually graduate from school and be in their own place, just chilling. Until 1, 2, they're in another world. And Reku knows this is supposed not to happen, but changing Subaru's life probably made something different. So Subaru will ask, wait, where are we? Are we in another world? And Reku will say, probably, but let's not make no suspicions. And Subaru was not listening, at least, because in the original, he would not listen. So basically, Subaru will ask, how do you feel like you know everything? Subaru, if I gave you a chance to like think I can like really see the future, what would you say to that? He said, I wouldn't believe you. And Subaru and Reku, after getting the apple, he said, alright, follow me. After going in there in the alleyway, a dark alleyway with one way, Subaru was saying, okay, so how are you going to prove it? So in at least 3 seconds, there's going to be 3 guys trying to rob us. And Subaru was like, nah, and then hearing footsteps behind him, he's like, how the hell? And then after they try to rob Reku and Subaru and Reku can handle them easily. I'm not gonna joke, at their level, they can handle them so easily, not even powering up. So when they do try to pull out a sword and try to attack Reku just use one finger and just smacks it away.
He said, get a better job, dude. Knocking him out, like, completely. And then Reku will also notice that Subaru and him had some type of scent.
not scent, but different energy in their bodies. So Riku will notice he has a prideful energy inside of him, while Subaru has an empty sadness type thing inside of him. He doesn't know why, but they're probably going to do meditation after figuring that out. After all that, Subaru will still be an elf type person. I'm going to say that for a fact. And then once the, like, bro, see Phelps running, he said, Riku was like, oh, this part, hold on. And Riku will say, there's another future part that's going to come right now. And Subaru will say, what is it? There's going to be an elf girl coming that way. He said, where? And seeing an elf girl going and then asking where a girl with yellow hair go with her insignia, Riku will point, saying she just park up the wall. And then running off the exit, thanks. Subaru was like, why you even go help her? Riku will look at him like, give it like 3 seconds. And she comes back. And Subaru was like, I feel like you know everything. And Riku was like, probably. So you kind of figure we're going to get teleported to another world, huh? I'm not going to lie to you, Subaru. Yes, I do. And Subaru will actually explain what actually happened multiple times. So after we help this girl on the first day, there will be an assassin trying to kill her, but telepathically telling Subaru this. As they was walking with Amelia, helping a girl out, and going as fast as they can to the bar early. So after getting caught, like Subaru caught up to speed that they're gonna be a lot of shit if he wasn't here. Pretty much, yes. So Subaru will know about Rem, Rom, Roswell, and all the other shit. He will know. So basically, Subaru was like, so we're still going with them? Yeah, I know you're elf fanatic. Still telepathically talking. Who do you want to see then, Riku? Looking at Subaru, Riku was like, honestly, I want to see Rem. Even after Rem killed me multiple times, Subaru was in his mind. At least you forgave her. And she tried to confess your love, but you keep turning her down. And Subaru, remembering getting turned down, saying, yeah, but you can still be friends with her. I want that still. So Riku will actually tell Subaru that, and Subaru will smile. After getting to the cabin, Riku will be on guard. Subaru knowing if he's on guard, it's going to be some good shit. Not good shit, bad shit. After going in, meeting Rom, and basically Phelps, basically getting Amelia's signet back, but Amelia was about to get cut, like dead serious, because it was almost night and Puck couldn't even help. So Subaru will power up his tie to his blade, a like wooden blade sword, blocking the blow and smacking Elsa back. And then Subaru and Riku will get ready to battle Elsa, and Riku actually wanted to actually battle Elsa, but so they begin to beat Elsa. Not beat, but beat on guard. So basically, they're even with Elsa. I'm gonna say, like, Subaru will, like, for a split second go Kaioken times 1, blitz it behind Elsa. Elsa still blocks it. And it's crazy how she blocked that. Riku will blitz in with Kaioken times 2 for a split second and smacking Elsa back. So this will be going on for hours because Riku and Subaru doesn't want to go all out. But when Reinhardt showed up and literally destroyed Elsa, they will still get the invitation, or Subaru will still get the invitation. Riku was just going along with him, even though she asked him. Saying that Riku and Subaru were good friends to her. While Subaru more or less is being more of a nice person, explaining Riku's like,
don't be a simp, but just like be a good friend to her because she hasn't have any friends. And don't do anything dumb, smacking them on the head. And Subaru will nod. Going to the Roswell mansion in the morning, Subaru and Reku will still practice. While Amelia is sleeping, Puck is like, bro, yeah, you sleep too. Reku will teach Subaru another technique. Or vision. Or did I already give him that ability? Nah, force field vision. Let's give him that. So Subaru will actually master this in no time. Because he legit had to beat up Reku or a clone of him. Basically, they can make a miniature spirit bomb if they wanted to. Let's say that. So after getting that ability, going to sleep, waking up in the morning, going to the Roswell mansion, Subaru will basically say, oh, in his mind, and say, Subaru, suppress the witch's scent. And Subaru will know, yeah. So they suppress it, but they still need to talk to the people who gave them this. And Reku will still explain about Satella and how much she loves Subaru, but Subaru never gave her love back. But explain there was a time lapse that Subaru got erased when he got there the first time. And met Satella instead of Amelia. Amelia will still tell her her name. Subaru will not, thinking about meditating to talk to Satella. As we get to the Roswell mansion, basically greeted by the maids, Ram and Ron will look at Reku and Subaru, not sensing anything really. But they kind of feel like they sense a little bit of the witch's scent on them. But they're on guard, but they just don't attack. After getting to meet Roswell and all that, making sure people don't laugh, smacking them on the back of the head before they go in. Talking to Roswell and basically going along with it. So becoming like butlers, you can say. Basically literally cooking at this point. Ram and Ram is like a little suspicious, and Subaru and Reku will know they're suspicious of them because of the witch's scent. And they will literally like, Reku will actually tell them they're really not part of what they think they are. They don't even know why they even have it. And they're being very honest. Like, they're being legit honest. They don't even know how they have this. The witch is my asthma. They will say it to them. And Ram and Ram is shocked, like, they have it, but they don't even know how they got it. They are taking this into consideration. They know they are not witch cultists, but the fact that they don't even know how they even got it is crazy. They think they're lying, but they know they're not lying. They got that ability, they know they're not lying. And then looking at Rem, Reku will look at her and saying, Rem will look at Reku like with that motion in his face saying, yes. Why do I feel like you're angry? Rem will stop and look at Reku like saying, huh? So Reku will begin saying he has the ability to sense at least some negative emotions or a second negative energy. So he's wondering why she's so mad. Or why she's so irritated. But saying this in a low tone that Ram don't hear, Rem will actually not say, but Reku will say, if you don't want to talk about it, I understand. But I feel like you don't want me or my little bro here to be here. Isn't that right? She will look at Reku and saying that's not what she meant. Like, she just don't like that. My asthma. So Reku will not like give her a chance to say anything. Saying like, yeah, we're done here. Making all the food. Feeding it to everybody and getting cozy in the room. Reku and Subaru will be in the room for now. Subaru has his own room, but they just meditating for a bit to talk to them.
But someone in their head is saying, fascinating, there's two boys. Like, it was supposed to be Subaru alone. Why is there another person? But that's going to be the end of this episode. I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys subscribe to it. Peace.